Hi, as seen in the past video, once the job scheduling and data collection is completed, reports would be available in the tool. Let us now take a deep dive into the reporting section and see what it does. On the Saketa governance screen, let's click on to connect button. After selecting the specific sites or site collection whose job you had already run. Upon clicking this, you will be redirected to the dashboard of the reporting section. Reporting section consists of the overview of the site and site collection with metrics, namely site, subsites, size, users, etc. and graphs and cards devoting to the major insights of the tenant or site collection. By default, all the data is shown for the 7 days time frame, but we can switch it to the 14 days, 90 days and for the custom range even. Let's suppose here we have clicked for the 30 days time frame. So now all the data is switched back to the 30 days. Now we can switch it back to the 7 days. Next to date filter, there is search and select functionality for the sites. Here there is search also available where we can search a specific site and perform selection and deselection. Let's suppose if we want to search the sites based on to the PPP. Then we have these many sites and we can include and remove from the reports like this. Next to it, there is a refresh button where we can refresh the whole page at once. In the dashboard, there are different card metrics. Upon clicking, we are redirected to the detailed data report relevant to the specific card. In this report, we can perform various actions like of sorting. If we want to sort the site name, just we need to click onto that column and it will be sorted accordingly. Ascending and descending order both. We can perform the column reordering also. So if we want to drag the site name to the second column, we can simply drag and drop that column. Now site name became the second column. Here in this we can also perform search by clicking onto this icon and upon placing any keyword. Let's suppose if I want to search of any keyword like data, and if upon entering we are getting the filtered query. Next to that, we have select columns where we can enable or disable specific columns to include and remove from the view of report. In this, we also have search to filter column names. Let's suppose if we want to include created by, I'll simply select onto the created by and that would be added onto the report. And let's suppose if I want to filter column names, then I can simply write something. Let's suppose I have written here file and I can select these two, files and files viewed. That would be also included onto the detailed report. Next to it, there is an advanced filter option where we can filter data based on to the query provided with the help of different operators like equals, not equals, greater than and others. We can also create multiple queries here with the help of this add icon. We just need to click on to the show results later and that query would be executed. Let's suppose here if we want to search about the accounting. So site name accounting. So simply we need to go here in the site name, begins with accounting, and here in the content shared with, let's suppose if I want to check about the new and existing only. Upon clicking on to the show results, we would be redirected to the executed query results, which is this one row. Again, we can go and also reset this filter to the previous state. Next to it, there is an export icon, which will export the given report to file system in .xlsx format. We can save that. And next to it, there is a refresh button to refresh page. Now coming back to the dashboard, next we have different sets of graph in which we can perform various types of functions Like we can hover on the any point of graph and it will show the legend having details of the hovered point. Then we have ellipsis on the right corner of few graphs, and upon clicking it, it shows the options of view all, export and maximize view. On clicking this view all, we would be redirected to the detailed report of this specific graph. As you can see, there is a group by the active sites in this. Upon clicking onto this, it will be expanded to this. And we can here also perform the previously discussed available options like search, select columns, advanced filter, export and refresh. We can also perform the ordering and column reordering. Coming back, the next option is export, where we can directly export our reports to the file system. The next option is maximize view, to enlarge the selected graph for enhanced visibility. Here we can perform all the similar actions like hovering, like view all and export. Upon cancelling, we would be redirected back to this screen again. In some graphs and cards, we do have date filter specific to the graph, also by which we can change the time range from 7, 30, 90 and custom range for that specific graph instead of changing for whole page. Let's suppose if we selected this graph for 30 days, then it will show the data for 30 days. We can switch it back to the 7 or 90 or whatever we want. In the cards like this, we have the view all at the down and we can directly go to the view all option where we have detailed report available for that specific graph. Here we are having group bys. We can expand these group bys and we can perform the all similar actions which we have talked previously. After this overview dashboard of the tenant or site collection, we have dedicated report section having 6 by default sections. Each section has graphs inside it, organized on the basis of object and property. Like in sharing analytics, we have insights about how our data is shared in SharePoint. And similarly in security analytics, we provide graphs and cards telling you the insights about security and permissions inside SharePoint. In user analytics, we have graphs telling you about the users and their interaction within SharePoint. In site analytics, we have statistics and activities across sites. And in list library analytics, we have graphs telling insights about the list and library inside SharePoint. And in document analytics, we have statistics and insights on the documents present in the SharePoint. Now, let's click on one of the analytics of the report section, namely sharing analytics. Inside sharing analytics, we have option of adding custom widget, which will be discussed in upcoming videos. Next, we have time frame switch, where we can switch according to the desired time frame. So let's suppose if we want data for 30 days, we can simply click onto the 30 days. And data will be shown for that 30 days for all graphs inside it. Here we have drop-down switch of sites and list library. In this space, we can select or deselect sites. We can simply search about, let's suppose if I want to search for private. So all these sites are having private. I can deselect them or include them into the search results. And if we have list libraries selected, we can select from the different set of aspects and objects. Like here, we can simply deselect or select any of the available options, and that would be included or removed from the reports. We can also perform the search here. If I want to search about, let's suppose, parent, it would be giving me all the results having parent as the keyword, and I can either select or deselect to remove or include into the reports. Next, we have a refresh button where we can refresh the page. And else, all available options are similar as we have seen in cards and graph of dashboards, like time frame switch for that specific graph. For the ellipsis, we have all that three options: view all, export and maximize. For the cards also we have the same options: view all, export and maximize. And the same structure is being followed in all other analytics reports. We can also perform the graph reordering by simply selecting and dragging and drop at the desired location. That is all from my side in this demo. In the case of any doubts, please feel free to reach out to us. Thank you.